Hey everybody, and welcome to KingNothing 42 TV. I am KingNothing, and with me today I have two special guests, because Ether is not here right now. So, how about you introduce yourselves?
I'm Paddock T.
And if you've ever seen like my really old casts, this guy was in a lot of them. Yeah. So, welcome back to the stream, OG,
Glad to
Paddock
be back,
T.
guys.
And the newcomer,
Azrith.
Yep, joining us again. He's been in some of the B-League casts and the extra ones we've been doing on the side. So today we have Week 4 action. It's Microsoft versus Ernst Young. So they will be playing today. Ernst Young, only one win so far. Really looking to come back, get back in the division, and head towards the playoffs. While Microsoft has been undefeated thus far. So without further ado, let's see how it goes.
Cool. And
we will start
Ernst
the game.
and Young?
Ernst Young.
Not Ernest and Young.
Nope. Not Ernest.
What does Ernst stand for?
It's a dude's name.
It's a dude.
Like Young, you know? Like law firm style?
I feel
Not
like
a law firm.
If it was Ernest, there would be a second syllable or second vowel. in
Yeah,
there.
that's what I think. I thought it was Ernest. Because
Well,
that's... Huh.
There's no E.
All right.
There's only one vowel.
I learned a new name
I
today.
don't know what to
Ernst.
tell you. Hooked on phonics. Get hooked. All right, so spawning in the top on Daybreak, we have Microsoft Bay. And in the bottom left, in the red, this TVT, it's for Ernst Young, Illini. And I don't actually know if that's like a leanie, but whatever. But I'm from the Big Ten, so I feel like it has to be Illini.
Are you sure that first
Illini?
letter is a capital I and not just another L?
It is. I like copy pasted it, in
Oh,
a
okay.
different
Is
editor,
that a
and changed the
different
font
font?
and everything.
Okay.
Got to find out.
I like to think it's a Roman numeral 3, so it's just 3 any.
3
3 any.
Okay. Maybe it's an initialization file.
I mean,
Like an ini file?
technically, other than the N, it's all Roman numerals. So maybe it's code.
Yeah, it could be. So interesting. Builds diverging immediately after the depot. You have Illini going for the standard barracks, and Bay opting for an early gas here. We are playing on Daybreak, this first map. Kind of an old standby. Everybody has some fairly well-developed strategies on this map, I think, but it's a very general map. Lots of stuff works.
It's not the map that's going to be surprising. It's probably something Heart of the Swarmish that you can pull out. There's
I hope so.
Heart of
I
the
like Heart of the Swarmish
Heart
stuff.
of the Swarmin.
Swarmin. Shawarma.
Anyway,
Like the new Magic Reapers.
yeah, the new magical Reapers, the
The magically healing Reapers.
the ridiculously fast
Right.
Hellbat drops.
The
Yep,
Spart-
seen a lot of those lately.
Yeah.
Hellbat drops becoming more and more popular, like with every week. As soon as everybody, like the novelty of Widowmine drops wore off, everyone went, oh yeah, Hellbat drops are pretty much just as good, unless your opponent pays no attention to what's going on in their base.
Yeah, it definitely makes defending drops. I mean, static defense to ward off drops, turrets, spore crawlers, they don't work anymore. They'll boost right over the top and maybe take 3 shots. They're just not concerned with the old ways that you could protect yourself from the
Ooh.
old school medevacs.
That SCV dying in some flames to Illini's first
That is a
Marine.
really big grease stain that he left behind on the
Oh
ground
yeah,
there.
on the ground.
Like,
It's gone now.
Are SCVs coal powered? Why did he
I
leave
don't
that
know.
much behind?
But the maps are self-cleaning. We've got some really advanced chemical
But
makeup.
still, this is supposed to be in the future. I figured they would have gone green by now. That's just like, that's a literal carbon footprint. It's
Yeah.
huge.
He made a carbon stain.
I swear.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's some bad advanced technology. So Bay going straight to factory, adding on a reactor, might see Hellions, might turn into Hellbats. See, second gas is being taken right now. He wants to tech up fast. Then Illini, in the meantime, getting his factory as well. A little bit slower because of that early gas on Bay's side, where he goes straight to the starport. And I don't know what we're going to see out of Illini here. He hasn't really made his choice yet. There's a starport, so it's looking kind of mechish so far. We've seen him in his previous games favor drops in TVT. Just a big fan of dropping, sieging up on some low ground in his other games earlier in the season.
Base gas is getting up to the point where it'd be really good to build an armory right now if you wanted to try a Hellbat drop.
Yeah, that's true. He has his factory. He could do it. He has the money. We'll see if he
Armory
does.
going down
There it
instead
is.
for Illini first. Actually, just by a few seconds. So Armory's coming out of both of them. I think we're going to see
Yeah, there it is.
double Hellbat drops. They're
Think
just going
they'll-
to trade
I
drops.
think they'll touch in the middle.
Oh, that'd be awkward.
Oh, Bay being
That's-
chased away from the watchtower.
That's like showing up to prom in the same dress.
Yeah.
I
Just
imagine.
Hellbat drops passing each other. And they're both like, oh, really? Man, really?
Now
But then again, Hellbat drops, that'd be like picking the one that's right up front on sale at Target. And feeling special about it. You just have to know that you're not special at that point.
Oh. Okay, see, this is a little bit of an inside joke because he knows I shop exclusively at Target.
So Bay getting that medevac out first, sending it all the way across the map with the boosters. Hellions leading the way. We can see the medevac also coming out for Illini, and he is getting his Hellions out as well. So it looks like Bay's going to drop just a little bit sooner. He has 3 Hellbats ready to go. There's the 4th Hellion transferring into a Hellbat right now as Illini loads up and takes off, running swiftly home. There is a Viking out for Bay already. You can see the Viking in production for Illini, but it's too late. The Hellbats drop. There they are, and Bay microwing for his life right now. Let's see, how many workers has he killed so far? Not a lot. 3, 4, the number's going up. The Marines can't really defend. Meanwhile, Illini's drop still a long way off. Hellbats move in. The Viking will take out the medevac, but there's nowhere really to run.
Yeah, this is money lost either way. He might
Hellbats
not,
are like, yup.
he does engage the rest of the SCV. Illini's drop is coming in.
Nice. So the Hellbats are walled out for now. Meanwhile, Illini's drop about to happen. Nothing here
Bay
to
hasn't
defend for
reacted
Bay right
yet.
now.
Oh!
Oh, he pulls his workers as well. Will he drop the Viking and get in the way here? It looks like he's really far away from these Hellbats right now.
Oh, he's just
And
gonna
Illini
try
just loads
and
up and leaves.
hit your speed boost, dude. There you go.
Not committing in the same fashion that Bay did. Bay now moving his Hellbats away, transforming them back into Hellions. And he has his base down here.
Yeah, Illini's in bad
that's
shape.
Not looking great.
A lot more workers for Bay. I mean, Illini has about the same food, but that's chiefly because he didn't sacrifice his Hellbats.
But he gets back in. I guess there's nothing here to do though. He kills one SCV.
He wasted his boost, so that Viking should be hunting it down.
Yep, there it comes.
And he is
Going out here to chase off. Yep, but it looks like the medevac does get away. Everything's okay there. In terms of units, we can see that 8 SCVs to 17 is kind of a big deal.
Jukes the Viking. This is going to be bad. He has the
Nice.
potential to do some damage and catch back up.
But there's still no workers at the natural, so we're going to see Bay with a little bit better defense so far. Illini just going into the corner, might wait for his chance, might go in immediately. Illini defending against the possible counter drop, really doesn't want that to happen. And has his command center building, but a long way behind. There's the Hellbat drop. Bay reacting immediately, already has a Viking there to fire at the medevac, and his own Hellbats, but no medevac to heal them means that Illini's Hellbats are going to be a lot more effective right here. Oh no! Oh no, will he catch up to the SCVs? There's nothing to defend, they group up.
No!
Ah, and that's just a conga line barbecue.
Which sounds a lot better than it was.
Oh yeah, I mean it sounds tasty, but it was very burnt.
Like, I would enjoy being invited to that, but then if I showed up and find out it was something like this,
I mean it would just be a massacre.
Yeah.
It would be a lot sadder than it sounds.
would not enjoy again.
Yeah, so Bay does clean that up. As we can see, it's 10 SCVs to 12. Illini now in the lead. And moving out with some Widow Mines here for defense. Or possibly offense. He is kind of streaming units all the way across the map right now. Moving in, and we can see Bay has now evened it up. 13 to 12.
Okay, so Bay is behind in food now. The worker count kind of got equalized there. He's got a Raven.
He does have a Seeker Missile on that too. Seeker Missile so much better now that it's 75 energy. Still has splash damage, still does a lot of direct damage. Lots of gas. He really wants gas. Looks like Illini gearing up for an attack, moving in with the Widow Mines first. Viking up for sight to the high ground. And he will kind of siege up this position just a little bit. The range of those Widow Mines not super extensive, but all the SCVs are forfeit down here. That Widow Mine grabbing 1 kill. And the Orbital forced to lift off and leave the area.
Bay's going to be relatively safe inside his base. I mean, it's going to be tough for Illini to fight up that ramp, even with a small number of units. Yeah, Viking goes down. You've got to get up the ramp to see, and there's a tank about to be out for Bay.
There it is. And you don't have to research siege mode. That has siege mode built in now. He could just siege that up and be totally fine. But it looks like Illini senses that he doesn't have much of an advantage. No, never mind. Going in anyway. Here comes the siege tank.
Boom.
Boom. Hits all the Marines. Again.
Nice target fire from Bay.
Yeah, hitting that Marine in the back, doing much damage, and killing one.
Yeah, damaging the bio, just chip damage, is going to be great for Bay. With his 3 Vikings, he's not super worried about medevacs. He can knock them down relatively easily.
Yep, and he knows there's no medevacs out right now for Illini, given the way that air situation was.
All right, and so now you have Illini and Bay stuck in what we like to call a non-standard situation. Because there aren't a lot of builds that take into account both of you murdering each other's SCVs.
That's right, and let's see whose mechanics are better. So far, Bay kind of coming out ahead, though there was the orbital morph time on Illini. He did have to float, so he may not have dropped many SCVs, but he is behind now by 6. So we may see that show up later in the game. Bay kind of defending the back, knows that drops are an option and a preference, really, for Illini at this point, given how much that's happened.
Not to mention the fact that, siege tanks are on the field, and he does not have that capability himself yet. No tanks out on the field. He wants to win this with Widow Mines.
Yep. You can see no tech attachment on the factory. Just barracks and a starport. So he is producing more Vikings right now. Probably attempting to get his drop defense up to snuff and maybe win the air superiority battle later. You can see that Illini has closed the gap in SCVs once again, and has dropped once more. I missed that one.
Ooh, that's a big clump of... Oh, never mind. It's all dead. It's all dead. Never mind.
Yeah, it's gone. It's dead.
It's gone.
But Bay going to drop now. 1 Widow Mine in place, but not burrowed. It takes 2 to kill a medevac. Looks like he won't quite get it burrowed in time. The medevac does drop. There's not a lot of SCVs here in the main, and he'll get a few. Overall, not hugely successful, but he does kill some Marines too.
Stop retreating.
Oh no! And in a moment, Illini has lost more
there
SCVs.
goes the Widow Mine.
Boom! Doesn't quite kill the Hellbats. Really close.
Still
Great
has-
Widow Mine micro from Illini, but he is losing every SCV in his main.
And he's
Medevac
gonna
is
take
gone.
another Widow Mine hit, it looks like, or is that one already dried up?
Yeah, it takes a lot longer to rearm here. These Hellbats kind of free reign in the main right now. Going to delay this command center further. Yep.
Now, I'm
just
not
barely
sure.
started.
I'm not sure we're gonna see this out of Bay, but help me out here. Were he to stand on top of that Widow Mine and attack the building structure next to him, would the splash damage affect the mine?
The splash damage doesn't affect other mines.
No.
But it'll
I
affect
mean
the
the
building.
Hellbat. If he stands his Hellbat on top of that Widow Mine and attacks the building adjacent, will he be able to kill it?
I don't think he'd be able to kill the mine. It would be very difficult. The range on the Hellbats is very low. It's like 3.
See, that's the thing. I play Zerg. It doesn't seem like the range is very low to me.
It's lower than everything else. What can I tell
It's
you?
exactly as long as it needs to be.
Eh.
Freaking Terran jerks.
So Bay moving out now with 1 Hellion. Gonna get a little scout in here.
And...
Sees the watchtower and dies.
Yeah.
Dies a horrible death. Did some damage to this Widow Mine. Hope he feels good about it.
Scouting is a rough job in StarCraft 2. Nobody really likes scouting duty.
Illini moving in with all of his surprise Vikings here. Doing some damage. Oh, clutch PDD from Bay. Knocks out a couple of Illini's Vikings, and he is forced to retreat at 4-4 with bad ground to fight on. Or airspace. Bad airspace to fight in.
Bad combat zone with which to engage.
There you go. I like that. I'm glad you're here.
As neutral as possible. There you go.
And so, continuing to macro up here, we can see that Bay has a supply lead at 102 to 170 or
And
271.
non-burrowed Widow Mines getting dropped by splash damage.
Look at all that splash damage. Bay just destroys this watchtower position. There were no sieged up units and no siege tanks on the field, I believe, even for Illini.
So take that as a lesson, Heart of the Swarm Terrans. Hellbats are the answer to a lot of problems, but not every problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes 12 Hellions in the face is just as good.
They're really fast. Hellbats can't say that. So Bay moving in. Does have Blue Flame researching, but doesn't have it just yet. Oh, it looks like he just has too many units. Illini with no tanks. And really not a lot of bio, given that how much got roasted at the watchtower. These Hellions kind of getting roasted, but oh man, that Hellbat has 4 kills. Illini claims lag. And, man, Bay turning into Hellbats now to get more HP out of them.
And burning a Marauder,
not quite survive the Marauder and the Vikings, but if we look at the damage, 46 workers to 38 workers killed. We're looking at 38 SCVs to 23 SCVs, and it's a tough position for the Red Terran for Ernst Young here. He does have his third base.
40 supply difference.
Now there's been a lot of back and forth, but this looks like the point where Bay has a legitimate chance to jump ahead. There is a third down for Illini, but in every other drop and engagement,
that Widow Mine, that was dirty.
He's got the Raven up to hunt down those Widow Mines. Not going to have to burn scans.
Yep, that's good. More and more Terrans getting Ravens as well, given this new Seeker Missile energy. Looks like Blue Flame is now done for Bay. We have very few upgrades in this game. Not really seeing those armories get used, despite how early they were created. Just Bay getting a +1 here. Moving in. Oh, the air superiority battle so far goes to Illini. Does he have a PDD? Yes, he does. Bay moves in. Seeker Missiles, the center Viking. Hellions coming down with Blue Flame.
Oh, not getting away in time.
There's the splash damage. And there are so many tanks here that I cannot see this going any other way.
And that's game.
Yeah, so Microsoft takes game 1. That was an interesting back and forth. They both killed so many workers.
They both did a good job, and it all happened, I think, after that third drop harass from Bay. Because every other time, Bay showed up a little bit earlier, but there was a counter drop on the way for Illini. Every time they were trading punches, and as soon as Illini went for a little bit more economy, tried to get his third down, instead of throwing a punch right back, Bay grabbed the victory at that point. Like, he didn't have to worry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 1-0 so far. Microsoft up against Ernst Young. We'll be right back with game 2. Stick with us.